Welcome to Poetry Changes Lives, my book of poetry, history, and a thought for the day that's available on Amazon if you wish to buy it. Well, on this day in 1876, a very, very fine novelist, writer, poet, Jack London, was born in San Francisco. He's famous for his tales of adventure and struggles of adversity, such as White Fang, The Call of the Wild, and The Sea Wolf. If you've never read any of his books, I really, really recommend them. They are amazingly vivid, strong men in terrible situations. Really wonderful. He often wrote from personal experience as a hobo, a sailor, a jailbird, an oyster pirate, and a miner in the Klondike gold rush. He really lived life to the full. His work had great popularity, and he was known as a real adventurer. I think he was quite a hard-living sort of man, liked to play hard and work hard. Here is his credo that he published with his short stories. I would rather be ashes than dust. I would rather that my spark should burn out in a brilliant blaze than it should be stifled by dry rot. I would rather be a superb meteor, every atom of me in magnificent glow, than a sleepy and permanent planet. The function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong them. I shall use my time. I'm going to read one of his poems. It's entitled George Sterling, who I think was a friend of his whom he admired. Yes, I like his poetry. I think he was a better novelist than a poet, but see what you think of this anyway. I saw a man open an iris petal. He ran his finger underneath the edge, unfolded it, and smoothed it out a little, and not as one guilty of a sacrilege, because he knew flowers and understood that what he did would maybe help them grow, though for a moment he was almost God. Alone as we are, growing is so slow. I think of one who tried like that to unfold the margin of his life where it was curled, to see into the shadows shot with gold that lie in iris hues about the world, because he dared to touch the sacred rim. Does God resent this eagerness in him? I think that's actually, the more I think about it, I like that. I think that's a nice, good poem from a strong man. I really admired Jack London, the way he lived his life. Today I reflect on the freedom that comes from the surrender of one's will to a higher power, but also the freedom that comes when you give yourself to living life to the full. Thank you for listening.